live, uncut, unedited. All right, now come on in, people. This is definitely live, uncut, unedited. And we're going to have an interesting show. Give you guys a couple of minutes to come on in. We're streaming live on different platforms, so it may take a minute to reach certain platforms. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, on my two pages, on my two Facebook pages. All right, people, you already know what it is. This is live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut. Live, uncut. All right, I see you, Chad. Chad, I see you. Hi from Nashville. Is that Edwana? I see you. Sunshine Bay, I see you. Yo, Marcellus Dunn, I see you. Peace to you. Bo B. Jackson, hey, Crime Chaser, live, uncut, unedited. Devontae Robinson, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. This is going to be a great topic, and we're going to be talking about relationships. That's what we're going to be talking about, people. Relationships. I tell you, good evening, Linda. I see you, Miss Linda Williams. Is that Tangi? I see you, Tangi. I see you, Casey. I see you. Virginia, I see you. Mia, what's up? The doctor's in the house. I got the text. St. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Julie Johnson, I see you. Bonnie Williams. All right. Is that Lavinia Jones? I see you. Danisha Thomas. We here. We talk about some relationships. Vita, Myron, what's up? I see you. I see you. I tell you, we're talking about relationships. This is not a crime scene. So if you want to see a crime scene, you're on the wrong page right now. Andrea, what's going on? I see you. Jeffrina Dillard, I see you. David McDonald, what's up, brother? I may need some words from you today to call in today because you're a married man and you got experience on relationships. Peggy Gay, I see you. I love you, Peggy. All right. Corvell Monte, I see you. What's going on? Tamika Vance, Lewis Ramsey, keep up the good work. That's right. Keep the community informed. Ricky, my buddy Ricky Ricardo, I see you, buddy. I see you. Donald Washington, what's up, brother? You know you're my brother. Much respect to you, brother on the battlefield. I tell you, Kimberly Harris, Corvell, and listen, people, Rosalind, we're Gilda, what's going on? We're talking about relationship. So any relationship question, we're going to present it to the panel. I'm just the moderator. Lorenzo, what's going on, brother? I see you. Miss Leslie Brown, I see you. I see you. I see you. Is that Tree? I see you. Tree Ray, I see you. I see you. Swag, I see you. I see you, Anderson. I see you. Listen, people, basically, we're going to talk about relationships, male and female. That's what we're talking about. Heterosexual relationships. That's what we're talking about today. And we want to talk about why it just seems like it just don't work. It's the women that say they can't find nobody. The six-figure women, they got it going on, and I ain't mad at them. I promise I ain't mad at no woman that's got a bankroll, material things. And I tell you, people, this is real. This is real. You got some folks, they say they only want to be bothered with somebody that make just as much as them. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. I tell you, this is real, people. It's real, real, real. Oh, my God, I got me a caller. Caller, I ain't even get warmed up yet, but you call in, we're going to take your call. What's going on, caller?
What's going on, boss man?
How you feel?
I'm all right, man.
Come on, talk to us.
Well, for the most part, man, a lot of relationships don't work because a lot of females don't know exactly what they want. You know, they kind of confused to a certain extent. If you provide for them or give them a little bit too much, they tend to take advantage of that. And if you don't give them enough, you know, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. They swear up you a bum, and you know, if you try to play house father or something like that, females got to be willing to compromise. People got to be willing to compromise. That's the only way it's gonna work. You ain't gonna find nobody perfect. You gotta find somebody in between and kind of mold them and guide them into what you want.
Mm-hmm. So, what type of woman you prefer?
I prefer a hustler, man. You know, a woman that's gonna get out there and go get it, man. I don't want no woman that's sitting on her behind, you know, basically being a bill. You know, don't nobody want that, you know.
Okay, this is a man talking, y'all. Now, y'all hear this is what a man talking about. Do you like aggressive women?
It depends. Aggressively in the bedroom, yeah, but you got to know when to sit back and let a man lead.
Okay. Okay, now, if you met a woman that makes 6 figures, and just say like you ain't got to put your business out, say like you just only make 40,000 or 30,000, would you be intimidated?
Not at all, because it's based on our relationship and the understanding we have. Whatever works for our household is what works for me.
Okay.
You know, you shouldn't be intimidated. You got a lot of guys who are intimidated with that, with women making more money than them and stuff like that. That's never an issue, man.
All right. Well, are you the guy that like a woman to take care of you?
Now, a woman to take care of me, nah. I love to get out and get my own and have my own. Just to say I'm pitching in, or I'm a provider at the end of the day, Martin. Don't get it twisted. But if it ever comes down to it where a woman needs to hold the slack up for a minute while I get back on my feet, or I may be going to school or something, man, allowing her to pick up a few bills while I'm doing that, and vice versa. That's what our relationship consists of. I'm cool with that.
You're cool with that, okay? Well, you know, is any preference for a size? You like them?
As far as size, well, I don't want no too skinny woman, you know.
Okay.
Gotta have a little meat on them.
You like meat on the bones, huh?
Yeah, like a little meat on them. A lot of women don't want to eat nowadays because they so worried about their figure and stuff like that. And I get it. Y'all look good, ladies, but you know, sometimes you gotta know how to throw down in that kitchen.
Okay. Now I want to ask you a personal question. And when I said personal question, it's something you can answer. What's your take? What's your take on women wearing false nails, long weave, and getting body work? What's your take on that for you?
My take on that personally is we in a state of society where it's what's popping right now. You know, everybody doing it. It's a trend, basically. Some people need it more than others, and if whatever your money can buy, if that's what you choose to do with your money, and you want to go out there and get the world's dumbest booty, hey, do your thing, man. You know, but I think some people can do it and keep it natural, keep it looking natural, and it looks better instead of going and getting something. You know, your butt too big for your legs, and it just don't look right. You're looking like a tarantula with a laundry bag on the back. You know, it all depends, man. But
okay,
it's life, man.
Okay, how do you feel about a woman being submissive?
Women should be submissive, but they're gonna be submissive to the right person. If you're not holding up your end of the bargain or whatever your relationship, you know, whatever your relationship is, then of course ain't a woman gonna be submissive to you.
Okay.
You know, if you're not willing to, and we ain't even talking about financially. We speaking on guidance. If you're not able to guide, able to lead your household, no woman's gonna submit to that.
Okay, what do you think about some black women mental health?
I think black women are just Why all women? I'm not even gonna say just black women because all I have dated in my life is black women, and I'm married to a black woman, but I think we don't give black women enough credit as far as man, they got a lot on their plate. As far as you want them to work, be providers, and come home and take care of the kids, and it's a lot more deadbeat fathers than it is single mothers, so I just think we all gotta give them a hand and applaud them for the work that they do.
Right.
As far as with these kids,
Do you think black women are bitter? They stain. They got some mental problems. I'm just asking your personal opinion. That's all.
Do I think they're bitter? I think people are bitter. Period. And they do carry on things from last relationships and stuff like that. But those are just people. I don't think that's just black women.
Okay. So you're married to a black woman?
Yes, sir.
How many years you been married?
Together 20. We've been together 21 years.
So how long you been married? You've been together 21 years. How long you been married?
We've been married 6.
6. Okay. All right. Now, another question you think. How do you feel about dating a woman with children already, a ready-made family?
Well,
be honest, keep it real now.
It all depends, man. It depends on my financial situation, on hers. If I'm even able to take care of those kids, and depending on how the relationship is between her and those kids' fathers, it's a lot to come into play with that. But I have no problem with it.
Okay.
As long as everything, is what she's telling me. Her and the guy not together. It's not a bunch of baby daddy drama. And her kids are respectful, and they allow them to open up to me. Then it's gone from there.
Okay. You how old are you, sir?
I'm 38.
You're 38. Okay. Oh, you've been with your woman a long time. You 38.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. You've been through the ringer, so I'm talking to the right person. You got some experience.
Yeah, and actually, when I stepped into this relationship, I was an actual stepfather. So
okay,
I can get the feeling on both ends.
Okay, cool. Well, let me ask you, how do you feel about women that saying it's their house, I pay the bills, and you do as I say and go as I say? And just say like you down on your luck and you into a relationship, you're not working right now. Not that you can't get no job, but you're not working. And do you feel like a lot of women talk down on black men because they're not at their income status?
No. If you put, it's like having your kids move in with you. When your kids are staying with you, you're gonna be able to dictate their pace. You're gonna be able to give them a curfew. Hey, look, this way. You might even decide on what they eat because they're under your roof and you take care of. So in that type of situation, when you're taking care of a grown ass man, that's kind of like, excuse my language, that's kind of like taking care of one of your kids. So of course somebody's gonna feel like they have the freedom to tell you what to do, what time you can leave, and what time you can come back and stuff like that. And you gotta abide by those rules because those are the rules of that person's house. So you can't be mad at a person that you put yourself in that position. Okay. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're stuck with her.
I see my partner here, Vera Giles Norris. I want to shout out to you. Shout out to Linda Williams. I see you, Stephen. I'm just shouting out to some of my people. Now, brother, if you had a son, you might have a son. What advice that you would give to a young man that's listening right here, or even a lady, a sister? If a sister's on here looking for companionship to be in a relationship, as a married man, as a man been in a relationship for the last 20-some years, what advice that you would give to a sister?
Love yourself. Be happy within yourself first before you go searching for happiness within somebody else. It's the best thing I can tell you. You got to be happy with yourself before anybody else can make you happy. or else you just gonna. There's a lot of miserable people out here. A lot of miserable energy. So
Okay.
you got to be able to get somebody that's gonna match that positive energy with you.
Okay. Now hold it. I need you to answer that question. You tap dancing around the truth. Now I need you to tell me. Now, if a sister on here right now is looking for a brother, and this is not matchmaking, but I'm just speaking, hypothetical speaking.
Right.
As a man, full grown man, you're 38 years old, you've been in a relationship for 21 years, been married for 6 years. What advice? You already said that love herself. Don't look for happiness in someone. But what would you tell her to do to how to pick a man?
How to pick a man? That's a good question. But I mean, I can't really tell a woman how to pick a man, but I can tell her how to decipher through a good man and a bad man. You know, it's more like you're gonna get somebody who's there for you, who's willing to compromise, who's willing to deal with the bad things that you're going through and help out. Sometimes a listening ear, you know, a guy that's gonna be a friend first. I can't decipher what kind of crowd she's going through, which men she should pick from. But
no, I'm saying, okay, so you telling me, hold on, brother, and I want you to be, this is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. Listen, I'm just telling you, brother, I'm not trying to get you in trouble with your wife, but I'm saying you don't want your daughter to marry a bum, don't have no job, point blank, get in a relationship with nobody to have a job. Would you want that for you? Would you want that for your daughter?
Well, see, Martin, this is the thing.
I'm asking the question. Go ahead.
It's not about the income. That's what people get all messed up. And that goes back to what I said at the beginning. You can meet somebody with no job and instill the ambition in them, and they take off from there. Build with them. Be willing to build with somebody. Don't just go looking. You might find somebody with a job who ain't even willing to give you a bit of game. Life is about trades. You might be in a good situation now, but if you don't have the proper trades, in case you lose that job, you might be shit out of luck.
Okay.
So you got to be willing to build with somebody, basically, is what I'm saying.
So your daughter, I don't know if you got a daughter or not.
I do.
She bring a young man home and say, hey, Dad, this is Tony, just hypothetical speaking. So you meet Tony, she introduced you to Tony. So you said, so Tony, so what do you do for a living? Tony just say, I'm just chilling right now. So, I mean, come on, I'm just keeping it 100, brother, because this is what the women are dealing with.
Right.
We got a lot of single black women out here, man. That's professional. They're ready to get into a relationship, but the pickings are real slim. Real slim. So Tony just telling you he's chilling right now. So you say, well, Tony, where you staying at right now? I'm staying with my OG. Well, she's staying with me. She's staying in the basement. I'm upstairs. No, I stay in the basement. She's still upstairs. So now you looking, you like screening this guy. Okay, I want to see what this guy about with my daughter. Now, if he mess around and get my daughter pregnant and they not practicing safe sex, this is what my daughter gonna have to deal with. See, a lot of black women, let me say this before you talk. A lot of black women are choosing to have a baby over marriage. Let me say that again. A lot of black women are choosing to have a baby over marriage. And that's real talk, man. Real talk. So my question to you, brother, what would you think of a brother like that come in your house and daughter introduce him? He's chilling. He's staying with his mama. He 34. Your daughter's 26. He looking all slick, looking good. Well, I mean, what do you think?
Well, the best advice, first thing I'm going to say is this. If your daughter chooses to date this kind of man, no matter what you say, it's strictly up to her. Now, I can give her my point of view on it and say, hey, baby, look, I think you need to make sure that he gets to work and or find you somebody who got a little more drive in their lifestyle. But at the end of the day, these are choices you made. And you better make sure this the right one because you're gonna this is guess what? You gotta live with it. And I think us as parents, we tend to get a little bit too involved in these kids' lifestyles as far as who they dating and who they having sex with and picking their boyfriend and girlfriend. Look, personally, me, after you start having sex, that lifestyle is pretty much yours. As long as that man's not beating on you or hurting you in any kind of way, it's not my business. But I get what you saying also. And my advice to her would just be make sure that's what you want. And try to push him the best way you can and hopefully he learns from that.
Don't be mad at me. But you ain't giving no good advice, brother. Man, you come on, brother. You got to talk to your daughters, man. You have to talk to her and tell her, like, listen, sister, if they ain't standing like me and your mama, man, don't mess with them. This is your life. One thing about time, once it's wasted, you don't get it back. I don't care how wealthy you are, how much money you get. But once you lose time is valuable, people. You can't get that back. You got brothers out here that's preying on weak women. They know how to hold a woman. They know exactly what to say. They know how to romance her. They know how to sex her up. But that's what they do. They make a baby and they're going on to the next one. That's what they do. And we have to teach our daughters, warn our daughters to look out for men like this. I ain't gonna call them a gentleman. We call them Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
we have to because they out here, brother. You got some men out here just want to have fun. Then they don't want no relationship. They don't have no future to be with the woman. They just want to have fun. Let's smoke, let's drink, pop, whatever, have sex, and we hook up the next time. That's it.
Hey, Mark, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
You got a daughter?
4 of them.
4 daughters?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to pick and choose who they dated?
No, but I gave them the necessary information.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
I gave them necessary information. I can't live their life, but I give them. Hold on, my partner calling. Live, uncut, unedited, partner. What's going on, partner?
What's up, Martin D?
All right. I'm live, uncut, unedited. I got my partner, Vera Giles Norris. Let me bring you in, Miss Vera. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. I got my partner in here, my bro. Just hold on. I'm going to let you talk a little bit more, but I want to hear a woman's perspective. I need more men to call in because women, we listen. One thing I can tell you about Vera, Vera's a married woman. She's been married a long time. Oh, I got another call. Hold on, Vera. Hold on. Hey, caller, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Cynthia.
Uh-huh.
And I was born and raised in the Shy.
All right. Now, listen, do me a great favor. I need you to turn down your Facebook volume. You still can watch, but just turn it all the way down so you can't hear and I can't hear.
All right.
Do that favor for me.
I'm done.
And we're going to be all right. I'm going to bring you in, but I'm going to let my partner talk before you, okay?
Go ahead.
All right. All right, now, man, I need some men out here to talk now. Y'all don't leave us stuck. Now, come on, partner. Talk to us. Give us a woman's perspective.
Well, you know what, Martin? I not. First of all, am I echoing? Because
Okay, let me turn down. Let me see if okay, is that an echo now?
Okay, nope, it's cool.
Okay, good, right there. Go ahead.
Make sure I was good on my end. You know what? Now, here's what I'm gonna say about dating. And I'm a mother of 5 girls.
Uh-huh.
And I've changed some things. The first thing that I've changed with my children now is I tell them to date who you like and who make you feel good.
Talk a little louder, Vera. Talk a little louder. Okay.
I tell them to date who they like and who makes them feel good. Now, I want them to feel good from within first. They have their own happiness, and whomever they get with, just add the more of. I used to, Martin. I used to strictly teach my daughters to date within their race. I'm gonna be real honest with you now. I've let my guards down, and I'm not necessarily telling my daughters to date just black. I really want them to date who they like. Find them a man that's gonna compliment them because they already come equipped. They got education. They know how to make their own money, but they also know how to be submissive. And me personally, being married for 22 years, one of my pet peeves is stay your behind out my business.
Uh-oh.
Because what go on and work for one household may not apply to another household. So I don't let my friends, my family, or nobody tell me how to run my life and my household. Because again, I got people, women right now that's out here that I know that I've been friends with forever. And they don't work. They are at home, they keep a clean house, they cooking, they doing everything, and their husband provides for the household. Martin, I respect them to the fifth power. But I also have friends that work and that take care of their own household. They buy their own cars, their own houses, but they still know how to be a helpmate to their husband. And so the reason I'm saying that, then let me back up. I also have friends that it's 50-50. That them and their spouse, they come to the table and they cut things down the middle and it works for their household. And the reason I say that is because you got to keep people out of your business because only you know what's going to work for you.
Okay. Hold it right there, partner. Hold it right there. Hey, Dr. Sanders. Hey, Dr. Sanders. Hold on. I think I hung up on somebody. Okay, if I hung up on somebody, please call back. I think I hung up on somebody.
Here. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. I think I hung up on somebody. Okay. Are you here? Okay. All right. Now listen, let me ask you a question, Vera. Now I heard you say now you are a spiritual sister, but the scripture said he that find a wife find a good thing. So I think the man has to find the wife. You know, it's not the woman finding the man. The man has to find you. I'm not trying to jump down your throat or nothing because, you know, you got this day and age is backwards. You got the woman proposing to the man. It's backwards.
No, well, Martin, I'm old school with you, and I'm going to let somebody else speak, but I'm old school with you. I wholeheartedly believe that a woman has to be lost so that she can be found by a man. And you got to know your value. And I say this 101 times.
Amen.
Once you have identified who you are and how you want to live your life, then that's when you cut everybody off because a lot of people don't have men and people in their life because they letting other people dictate for them. You're not gonna dictate how I'm gonna run my household, and I don't let everybody come to my throne bringing me no bone or bringing me no information. What you know what? You got to keep folks out of your business. You have to allow yourself to be lost so that you're not out here so desperate to find a husband. Because right now, women are just at the point to where they like any man beats no man. But again, once you tune in and tap into yourself, anything ain't gonna work for you.
Okay.
It ain't gonna work.
You know it's slim pickings out here, though. You know, you got some men, they in alternative lifestyle. They don't want no woman. Okay.
But it's still enough to go around.
Oh, yeah.
It's enough to go around. And you know what? And I always have to wake this up. When I say keep folks out of your business, I mean that. Because a lot of times you got these side chicks. And they take pride in saying, I'm the woman on the side. And if you were in a marriage or a relationship, you got to remember only God can judge the adulterer, not even you as the wife. Now, I'm not telling a woman to sit down and take no bumps and no bruises, because you know when things ain't right in your household, when you know when it's pulling away from your happiness and it's pulling away from you being the what I want to say, the purpose driven, the God sent, the godly woman that, and I don't want to break it up with religion, but you know when it's taken away from you being who you are. So you can't let no relationship stress you and have you in no mess. That's time for you to leave.
Okay.
But let me just back up, and I'm gonna close with this and let somebody else speak. But just because there, a man or a woman may have some type of outside relationship, because you can't measure that. Don't allow somebody that's getting bones to come to the throne and bring you no drama, because it's a whole lot of relationships that end too soon because you embarrassed by what somebody else is thinking about your relationship. And then you set your standards so high that it really ain't a man alive that can meet your standards. Because if your grandmothers and grandfathers and some of them folks that stayed together 20, 30, 40, 50 years would tell their story, they would tell you it was a tough pity, but they needed the milk. And all of them relationships were not Little House on the Prairie. Some of them had some Nightmare on Elm Street nights, but they made it through.
And that's her story, and then she's sticking to it.
Period.
All right. She let the cat out the bag.
All right, Miss Jerry.
All right. Out that second, not you, Dr. Sanders, other sister. Go ahead, my sister. What you got to say?
Hey, okay, this is what I want to say.
Are you single? Hold on. First of all, are you single or married?
No, I'm in a relationship.
Okay. All right. Come on.
Okay. I'm in a relationship. First of all, you have to learn how to respect yourself. Nowadays, these girls bust it down for any and everybody.
Okay. When you say, hold on, when you say busting down, explain that for those of us that don't know that language. I know it, but I want from some of my audience, they probably don't know that language. Go ahead. Just don't cuss. That's all. If you can, go ahead.
I ain't gonna curse. They out here licking booty and doing all this nasty stuff.
Okay.
Licking booty, having threesomes, sixsomes, and they looking for a real man. And then they get in the hood and they get mentality wise. You get in the hood, but you want a six-figure man. Ray Ray on the corner store ain't a six-figure man. He's slanging and doing everything else. And he probably messing with Becky around the corner. Now you decide, you know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because women take pride in being on the side. If you the side chick, what makes you think you're going to be a real woman? He's not going to do the same thing to you. And then all these young girls out here with these little guys that's running the streets. And I pray for all the mothers that don't lost daughters or whatsoever to violence. But they get these little young boys in their house and they play video games all day while they working, being sent they driving their cars. And as soon as the little girl get her mind straight, like, I can't keep doing this, and try to put the boy out, what he do? Meet her at a job, beat her up, kill her. You know what I'm saying? It's just so nobody has the sense of loyalty, respect, and honesty. The girls out here playing games just as much as the boys are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They playing and tricking and doing the same thing. But it all goes back to respect and morals.
Okay, well,
respect and morals take you everywhere in life. You could be a bum on the street, but if you respect everybody that walk past you, you'll be a millionaire.
Let me say something, sister. Some of the things that you just named, that some of these women out here and men doing, they enjoy these things. They enjoy these filthy lifestyles. They enjoy that. They're not looking for a relationship. They want to have fun right now. They just want to have fun.
And that's what the innocent people get entangled with. us, them innocent girls, get entangled with that guy that we think got it all, and the whole time his baby mama fronting him and buying his clothes and he driving his car. Then she get mad and come over here and shoot me up. You know, it goes back to stop wanting to be somebody. You know, this man got a woman. Let that man be.
Well, you know what?
A lot of women take pride in being second.
Let me say something. I've learned in my I learned my short time here on earth, and I could be wrong. I don't know everything, but I know a lot of women, they base men on their shoes, the vehicle they drive. I hope I'm not getting no echo, people. Their shoes, the vehicle they drive, and you know how they dress. And you should judge them on that. But you got to really get inside of their mind, see where they at mentally.
Exactly. But most
that's
of
the main
time,
thing.
They look like that because the other woman got them looking like that.
All right, now, sister, you don't think your man got somebody, do you?
No.
All right, now
you're a little bit older, but you know what? I'm at a stage in my life where you want to be at and where I'm at in life. If we don't meet up, then we could walk away from each other because we have nothing tied together.
Okay.
You know, we building, but we ain't got no kids, nothing to hold us together to make us be like, But you know what? One thing about my man, he taught me what a $40 dude looked like. Thank you for him. He taught me what a real man should be. A real man ain't gonna ask no woman for nothing, no matter what he got. He gonna make sure his woman build herself before he builds himself. Because she's gonna always be the backbone. We got men out here that's felonies, can't get jobs, but they got a good woman and dog her out. You know what I'm saying? And this is the woman that could probably take you somewhere where can't no other woman, but they rather deal with Becky over in the hood, want to slang, shoot, and do all this. You know, until a man decide where he want to be in life, or a woman, and like I said, it go both ways because girls play just as many games as men do. Well, that's why a lot of these women's playing in and up there playing these games.
Let me say something. Men like women to do tricks in the bed. Now, you know, I'm just keeping it 100. I'm hoping I ain't got no kids watching, but I just got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
I'm old school like you. Ain't nobody jumping off no chandeliers around this place. But
you know,
y'all have a good night. Be safe.
Thank you so much.
I love y'all.
Thank you so much, sister. All right.
All right.
I got a question for you, Mark.
Okay, go ahead, Vera. Then I'm gonna let Dr. Sanders talk. Go ahead, real quick.
So Mark, there are a lot of women right now that really don't want to be in a relationship, or they don't mind you being in a relationship. They just want it, you know, come in, hit it, and go about your business. Now, for those women, Mark, that accept men like that, what is your take? I mean, do you, if see somebody you can just come over and hit and then keep it moving and there's no ties to it, or if you in a relationship and she know you in one, but you can slide through, do you ever get to the point where you...
Let me just say this, Vera. Understanding is the best thing in the world when you got understanding. When two consenting adults come together and they getting down meaning having sex. That's what I'm saying. So I want to be clear. And somebody, before I go there, somebody asked me, what tricks? A freak in the sheets and a lady in the streets. So I'm going to go there. I can't go no graphic than that. But I had to answer somebody's question. Vera, and that's understandable. If that's what a person wants, they just want, you know, you got some people, they don't want a relationship, both male and female. They just want to have fun. They want to drink, smoke, party. They're not trying to build nothing. It's based on sex, how you make me feel. You got some women, they like men with large penises. I just got to say it. They like that. That's a trophy to them. They like that. They just want to have fun. They know this guy got somebody. They're going to play their role. It is what it is, Vera. Just, you can't, listen, I'll tell any man out there, if you messing around with a prostitute or pay to play, A pay-to-play woman would not be a good wife, period. If she playing with you, she'll play with somebody else. More likely she is. She's just going to play her role. I'm just telling you. Now, you got men. Men like fast women. I got to tell the truth. But they don't want to marry one. They want a hot trophy. They want a hot trophy on their arm, an arm piece, a dime piece, we call it. But we're not going to marry no fast girl. We're just not going to do that. We're not even going to bring home the mama. She ain't worthy of meeting mama. She's only worthy for one thing, my sexual desires. And it's not about her getting off. It's about the male getting off. I got to tell the truth. Now, this adult talk. Hope we don't have no teenagers on here, but I got to tell the truth. You know, it's what the two consenting adults want. Some of them don't want, like I said earlier. Most women choose having a baby over getting married. That's the option. I guess that's the next big thing to marriage is having a baby. Who don't want to start a family? We all want a family. But some people want to play. You know, I was talking to Shantae and we were saying, I think it was her, you got a lot of women beat the men going to strip clubs now. I remember back in the day, women wouldn't get caught in those strip clubs. Now, I'm saying they wasn't having no strippers back then, but women beating men in strip clubs now. I see a lot of women, Vera, on Facebook, and I don't say anything. Tooting with their booty up and women hitting each other on the booty and all that. What kind of mess is that? What kind of mess is, I'm just saying in my mind. See, women, men look for certain type of women. They're not going to tell you all what they don't like because they're afraid that you won't talk to them and you won't lay down with them. So they'll play the role. They'll play their role too. Men play roles to get what they want. And a lot of women say, well, you know what? Before I give them some, I'm going to get everything I can out of them before I lay down with them. And a lot of women have that mentality. I understand it. I'm speaking from a man's point of view, people. Everything I'm saying is not law. It's just some of these things I'm saying is from personal experience. And I'm going to tell you, if you walking around here, excuse me, ladies, with your crouch showing and your tight leg, and I can see the split all the way through, only thing going to come to my mind that you want some attention. You looking for some fun, but maybe not from me, but for some other guy. But you out here searching. You're not marriage material when you out there like that. You selling something. I'm telling you. Now, if you want to be marriage material, you can't be wearing that and be marriage material. Let me ask y'all women a question. When was the last time that a man brought you some flowers outside of Valentine Day, outside of you being sick? When was the last time? If you've never experienced a man bring you flowers, you better check who you dating, what type of men you like. I'm serious. Men are not going to give no prostitute or pay to play flowers. She's not a flower type woman. I got to tell the truth, people. I'm not trying to come down on women and make women look bad or black men. We talking about relationships. We just being open. Some of our relationships won't last forever. Some of our marriage will not last until death do us part. People, they fall in love and they fall right out of love too as well. People changes. I'm just speaking from a man's point of view. I'm not a relationship counselor, but I have been in plenty of relationships and I've got a lot of looks. And I know a woman when she's wife material, not just based on her looks though. So I don't want you, because a woman is beautiful, nice shape and all that, that doesn't guarantee that she would have a healthy relationship. Well, as a man, he may be handsome, nice body, thing all the way down to his knees. that doesn't mean that he's going to be in a healthy relationship at all. There's no guarantees. Dr. Sanders, help me out now. I'm done.
You don't want me to go there, do you, honestly, truly?
Listen, this is tell the truth, Shane. Well, you know what?
Listen,
You got experience. You're a grandmother. You've been married, so you still married. So you could just speak. Maybe you can help some young woman and help some young man.
Let me flip on the coin. I heard what my Madam Vera said, and she had a whole lot there. And I'm going to add to her train, because let me go into the real world here, in the church world.
Okay.
That's where I grew up at. Now, let me share this. I have seen families in the church who have not taught their children, some of them, not all of them, how to be husbands or how to be wives. The name of the game is title, because they feel I'm entitled. They have not taught them how to be in love, how to fall in love with the person, how to be amazed by the person outside of all of the glamour. I've witnessed that. Martin, when you talk about mistresses, I had a battle with a mistress when I was married to Mr. Cornelius. She told me I was a bimbo that had a bunch of kids by a man that's going to be her husband. She bumped me and I broke her nose. That's what the mistress said. Romeo Montgomery Cornelius said that. And I went to court. Didn't go to jail, Martin. I had children by him. She wanted my life. She wanted the money I had. She wanted everything. That's what she wanted. But now she's stuck with a man that's got congestive heart failure, type 1 diabetes, and they drop dead in a moment. But that's what mistresses want, what you got. Like Camilla wanted what Princess Diana had.
So you saying you call them type of people home wreckers?
They're home wreckers because they only want what they think they're going to get. Now, let me tell you something. There are some, and let me hyphenate some. Some of the most ignoramus women in the church world. Because they look and they think, oh, you married to a pastor, or you married to a bishop, you get money. You are absolutely mistaken.
Dr. Sanders, before you go any further, you on the Bluetooth? You on the Bluetooth? I hear some static. Okay, yeah, I hear some static. Okay, I want to.
Can you hear me now?
That's
okay.
much better. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, I had you on the speaker while I was putting this stuff up.
Okay.
But let me tell you something. Women in the church, if you want somebody else's husband, pay. It's called palimony. Pay the woman for him. You want him? Because the same thing she's dealing with, you're going to deal with the same thing. And some of these men in the church, some of them, they would do their best to run their wives crazy into an early grave so they can collect the insurance money and take care of their play toy.
That's hate, yeah.
I'm sorry. You asked me for the truth.
Well, let me just say this, Dr. Sanders. No matter if the woman's in church or not, she's still a woman at the end of the day. End of the day. So, and I know, I was in church for many years, and I'm not talking down against the church, a lot of things. Some of the same things that we battle here in the world, the church world is battled in the church. It's just not out in the open like that, And
but see, Martin, when you talk about relationships, people have to marry for the right reason. If you're in love with that person, do you love how they are as an individual? When Vera was talking about not talking to other people about your spouse, let me explain something to you. When you sell your soul to your wife's best friend and you tell her everything that you want them to know about your wife, what do you think that your wife feels? What do you think she feels? Because you done poured into another married woman about your wife. That's wrong. Vera said that, keep it in your house. Now, women, let's be honest, sometimes we bounce off ideas to see if, other areas of advice. You know, sisters do that sometimes. They don't do it all the time, but they say, well, what you think about that? Because men do the same thing. We're not going to sit up here and lie. They do it at the golf course, do the bowling alley. They ask, man, how do you feel about this in a marriage? That sometimes it happens. But the violation comes when you want your wife to look like she crazy to everybody else. Then you want your wife to act like, well, I'm going to touch you tonight. No, you're not. You know why? Because you don't treat me right. Do you honestly think I'm going to just let you dangle me around like some kind of marionette puppet when you feel like it, and then you don't want to have sex with your wife? Or I'm turning it off. Then turn your behind out the house and keep it going.
And you know,
the Bible even tells you when you're married not to withhold. But if you damage your wife, you think she's supposed to just, okay, flip it over, I'm sorry, and that's it. No! You can't hurt your wife and act like it's okay. It ain't normal.
Yeah. Now we talking about husband and wife people.
You talk about the side chicks. Let me tell you something. If a man is 50, 60, well, let me go here. If he's 60 or 70 years old, if he ain't healthy, his penis ain't gonna work too long.
What you talking about, Dr. Sandy? You got some of these young boys, 25, taking Viagra. They penis ain't working at 25. They going to the gas station, they buying Viagra and everything. And I ain't talking about on no gay stuff. They buying it for women. I'm telling you. You talking about 60, 65, 25. Them young boys can't do nothing.
Let me tell you something. One of my friends, she was so happy and thought that she had met the man of her dreams. And I said, well, what man is this? I'm like, okay, you found a brother. And he was a preacher. He's a preacher. And she turned around and she said, and she was trying to figure out his name. And, you know, the funeral home always got preachers over there making money because nobody had nobody to, to do no eulogies over, eulogies over their funerals. So a lot of the preachers go over there and they make money at the funeral home. And when she started telling me, I said, this man got a what? And so she said, but you know what? We were interacting with each other, meaning they was having sex.
Dr. Sanders.
And she said,
Dr. Sanders, Dr. Sanders, hold on 1 second. I got Oklahoma. I think I know who this is. I haven't heard from this brother in a while. Hey, my brother, how you doing?
What's up, my brother?
All right, hold on. I got him talking. Hold on.
All right.
Make sure you turn your Facebook down. Okay, right. Dr. Sanders, I want to hear this. Okay, she was laying with the preacher at the funeral home. So what else? Turn your radio down, my brother.
I got it down.
Okay, go ahead, Dr. Sanders.
So she didn't know he was married. Because when she met, I said, wait a minute. And when I kind of started playing checkers in my mind, and when she was trying to, I said, well, describe the person. So when she described him, I said, wait a minute. And I called her name out. And she said, you know him? I said, oh my God. I said, he's married. I said, you been in his house? No, he's not there. I said, yes. Well, I don't see no ring. Do you see any pictures? Well, no, it just look. I said, this fool that took down the pictures in the apartment or the house, so he would not, that was his sex when his wife was gone. And so then that same man slept with my friend's wife and destroyed their marriage. And he went in bed, he married this other chick, he married this woman.
Yeah, hold on, Dr. Sanders. He got disconnected. Hold on. Brother, you got disconnected?
I got cut off. I'm sorry.
All right, hold on. Dr. Sanders, we're back. I want to say something before you start back talking again. Listen, women, let me ask you a question. No, it's not a question, just make a statement. Don't just assume that a person is single or they don't have nobody. Don't have the attitude. I'm talking about those of you just meeting people that, well, he tried to talk to me. So, you got to ask questions. That's how you find out answers. You got to investigate. Trust me.
Tell the truth.
You need to check some of these people's medical records. Ask them when the last time they've been to the doctor, too. Because it's a lot of hanky-panky going on.
Hanky-panky.
And y'all know what I'm talking about. Switching up. And nobody trying to get the monkey pops out here. You know, I'm just keeping it 100. So, you know, it's out here real. People do things like that. They doing it every day. And they secret might come out to surface.
Well, if you remember Martin, he's dead now, but a well-known preacher here years ago, his mistress shot him in the pulpit. I mean, this is reality. And I'm not, and I want to be clear because I'm not saying, oh, she damn it. No, I'm not. I'm telling you reality. This is what I've seen. I had people that I know that told me, if you don't want your wife, why are you playing? What doing? So many women have had strokes, aneurysms, heart attacks because they are left in the dark. If you don't want a woman, whether you're in the church or not, go on about your business and go find who you want.
Dr. Sanders, we want our cake and pie and all that at the same time. We want her and her and her and her. I'm speaking as men. I understand what you're saying, though. Some men, most men live double lives.
Yep,
they live double lives. Let me tell you something about a man, lady. You got some men that will go to a restaurant because one particular lady, she's a waitress. They like the way she look, but they might have a husband. I'm going to this restaurant. Not because the food is good, not because the service is good. It's because I like this young lady. She's beautiful. Men, we use our imagination. And I said a long time ago, back in December, I think Vera witnessed it. You can take a cup, and those of you just watching me, a cup, a glass with no bottom, and you start pouring water inside of that cup, and guess what? That cup would never be filled. That's like a lustful man. Woman, I don't care if you get a man whatever his sexual desires in the bed, even if you're bringing another woman in the bed, if you cooking and you cleaning, if that man is lustful, you cannot satisfy that man. He got aggressive eyes. You can't. He'll get right up off you and go on.
It's a sexual addiction.
That's what it is, and it's real.
I call it the Jezebel spirit, and that's why I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. If you look for a man or a woman to complete you and make you happy, you're going to always be miserable, confused, and unhappy. Because anybody that can make you happy will make you sad. And that's why women are the ones stressed to death. I say some things that they can't never measure. And here's the other thing that I always say to the woman on the side. They oh, what's your man doing to you, baby? If he's doing it to me and he's screwing you, then he got you too. So that's why what I always say, we are not equal. Just because you can lay man don't mean you can stay with a man.
No.
Nope. Me and you, and this is where the
Vera,
woman or
Vera, hold on. They said we can up it's choppy, so I don't know. Are you on Bluetooth or speakerphone? With you?
No.
Okay.
Let me see.
They say it's real choppy. It's probably because I'm on.
Sure.
It's probably because I'm on 4 different platforms. Okay.
So I was on speakerphone. Am I still choppy?
Okay, go ahead. Cause see, okay, go ahead, sister. Go ahead, Vera.
Yeah, because I'm even on the Facebook. But can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. So that's why I'm always so careful to let women know, especially, is that don't measure your relationship based off of somebody else's opinion. Because there's always somebody wanting to size you up and compete with you.
Yep.
But when you make up your mind, there is no competition, boo.
That's right.
Me and you are not the same.
That's right.
And I've seen from first-hand experience, when we go back old school, women that do have a man on the side to keep closed. Everybody didn't know their business. It was such a great thing that, oh, I'm in a relationship with this man and that man, and I'm so happy because when he threw me, he get up and he go home to his wife. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy. If he get his ass up and go home, then somebody lying somewhere. That's just my opinion. And the real truth is nobody is in position to judge the next person. I'm not going to judge you. Mm-hmm. You cannot judge me. Mm-hmm. The only thing we can do is look in this mirror. And when you look in your mirror, and when you know beyond the shadow of a doubt who you are, mm-hmm. I wouldn't care what a joker doing. You can't take it away from me shining. It can't take it away from me constantly making moves. Mm-hmm.
So let me see what this brother got to say. Come on, brother, what you got to say?
Man, this is interesting. I love this because this topic from this young lady can attest to what I'm speaking of today. We are in the Solomon and Gomorrah days. People have no respect for themselves first, you know. And I'm speaking of, yes, I was also, you know, before, because this is my third marriage. But you get older, you want to get wiser. You see, I mean, and even like the young people today, even in my 20s and 30s, I still have respect for myself. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's that type of value, how you gonna present yourself. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of things, if I was in this young era, I couldn't commit to what is going on, because first of all, there's a lot of diseases out here. You see what I'm saying? So it's not you guaranteed that you might survive it. You might get something that you can't even get rid of. But don't nobody speak of that no more. It's like, man, it's still AIDS out here. It's still whatever diseases are out here, and some may protect themselves and some not. But it's just like, man, it's just everybody just going for the gusto. Not everybody, but the younger generations. I listen to you, Martin, and what you said, like how these women dress, and man, they'll come in the church house like that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, deacons, pastors, I'm not speaking of all, but it's no way that I don't care what the woman looks like, how she present herself to me. I have a wife I'm in respect. We've been married for 14 years and together 19. I'm going to respect her. I'm not going to ever disrespect her by doing these things. I'm older anyway, so can't a woman, if the Lord take my wife to bed tomorrow, I'm remaining holy unto the Lord. I don't know if he send me someone, then that's different. But I'm remaining holy unto the Lord, because this is where we at right now. This is where we at. Time is winding up, and this is where we at.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We don't want to discourage the young people from getting married. Marriage is a good thing. I want to say that I've experienced it.
It's honorable. It's honorable.
Yeah. Right. So I don't want nobody thinking that, and I don't want you to give up hope of finding a mate or get into a beautiful relationship, a healthy relationship, I may say. And, you know, it's tough, people. It's tough. And a lot of people are doing it. You have some couples, they don't even sleep in the same bed no more. They sleep in different rooms. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got a lot of that going on. A lot of that going on. I heard the other day, I hope I ain't putting the business out, that a church split up. And the wife was staying upstairs and the husband was staying downstairs. And the husband, they wasn't getting along. But when the husband died, he had $500,000 downstairs. So people, you know, it's rough, man. We got to love on each other. Relationship you have to put work into it. Trust me. And like Vera said, you got to be careful who you go to for counsel. Every household is ran different.
That's right.
Every household. Now, brother, you may say in your house, I'm not going to wash no dishes, but in my house, I'm going to wash them dishes. If they nasty and dirty, I'm getting down and get them. Well, I'll let my wife do it. Bro, sister, you say in your house, you're not taking out no garbage. Listen, and some women will take out the garbage. They're not finna wait till their husband get home. They're going to take it out. So whatever works in your house, whatever works in your relationship, people, every relationship is not ran the same. Now,
exactly.
In every relationship, you should demand respect.
That's right.
Respect. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's respect goes a long way. Men, if you want to be nasty, I hate to say it, you don't bring no woman in your in the house on your laying on your woman bed on mattress. Don't do that. Don't do it. You ain't got no business cheating no way. If you're gonna do it, strap up. And I'm not telling nobody to go out there and do wrong or cheat on their woman and nothing like that. But if you go do it, don't bring that back to the fold. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now you and your wife playing the blame game, and you know you're the guilty one. Come on, brother.
And just be honest. My thing is being honest. If you don't want to be, the Bible says before you take Holy Communion, let a man examine himself. Examine the mind. If you don't want to be with that person, they're not good for you, then get your stuff and go. That saves the police time. That saves bottles and plates breaking. Be honest with yourself and don't marry nobody under false pretenses.
Sister, you got folks.
Martin, it happens.
You got folks out here that's getting married and they bums for security. I'm talking about men. I'm talking about men. I'm not talking about women. I'm talking men. Back in the day when I was coming up, and then not too long ago, listen, it was what the women was like, man, he got a car, he got his own house. Now it's the Rosens switch now. She got the car, she got the house, she got the good job. I'm telling you, you got a lot of women out here that's taking care of these men. I'm telling you.
Martin, it's the truth, because if you come into a woman's world, you're the man. We look to you to be the leader. Now, if she's living, you marry her and she got Section 8 affordable housing, do you want to stay in her in that for the rest of your life? You should move her to something better. You don't make her do all the work while you sit back and count your duckies. That's not right. But you want her to suffer because you don't want to do something.
But you know what? I was telling my buddies on the podcast the other night, I said, when me and my wife met, and we both were having a rough time in previous relationship. So I moved in with her. I was down here in Oklahoma. So she started calling me, we started talking. So I left my job on a good note. Once I got back, I was working that weekend. My first paycheck, I came and laid that paycheck on the dresser. You see what and it moved from there, because first of all, we was friends first,
Right.
And I just had to just leave Chicago and kind of get myself together and clear my thoughts. I was down here with my son, my oldest son, and when I got back, it went on from there, and we just made it work together, Who's making more, who's got more money, we just made and worked together, and look where God has brought us today. So that can help somebody. Sometimes a man has to, you see what I'm saying? And first of all, I wasn't going to be there staying with her if it didn't work for nothing. But my humbleness, and you know what? I'm seeing her struggles, not getting into that, but I was like, okay, honey, here you go. And she was like, because she wasn't used to that. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
So that was me. It wasn't her, and it went on from there. It was just like, look, and that was me, even single.
Okay.
I'm taking care of the household, my household first. It's just me by myself. My bills
That's right.
have to get paid.
I need to ask you guys a question, brother, too. I need to ask each one of you guys a question. We're gonna kind of like end it in a minute. I want you guys, whoever want to go first, and in your own words, I'm gonna sit back and listen. What advice, as a married person, all three of you guys are married, would you give anybody, not just your son or your daughter, any advice, both male or female, whatever one you choose, what to look for in a marriage?
Well, I'll go first. It has to be togetherness. If there's no togetherness, then, I ain't talking about halfway or some of the day. It has to be togetherness. So if you don't have that mindset to be togetherness, no matter, it's not going to always be good. We're going to have bad days. But if you don't have that togetherness and that friendship, to me, it's not gonna work.
Truth and honesty and trust. That's the thing about it. When you start off as friends, you're learning each other, another side of each other. Take your time and know that it's love and not lust. They ought to be able to turn you on, and always. If they get sick, when they say to death do you part, and sickness and in health, that doesn't have no restrictions. If your wife gets sick, it's your job to get her to the hospital. It's your job to be her voice when she's sick. Vice versa. If he's sick, it's your job to get into the hospital, and it's your job to be his voice piece. It's knowing how to connect and be together for real. And are you in love with that person? What can they do for you? We're not talking about materialistic things. We know money answers all things. But what is the reality of truth? Are you in love with me? Do anybody else distract you? What do you do for me? When you get up in the morning, nobody wants to feel in no relationship that they are bothered or burdened. Because in a heartbeat, the other parties can say, you know what, you just don't want to be bothered with me no more because you never was in love with me. You don't lie and have secrets. You don't lie and have secrets. You don't sit up and accuse each other. You ask questions. You have a conversation. You come to them. And you ask questions and you be honest. And trust me, honesty will hurt you, but it's good to know.
Somebody said a whole lot of forgiveness.
That's a catch-22. Because look at this. Check this out. You can forgive that person, but will you forget what they did? Because if they're doing things secretly behind your back and roar and tell your kids your mama gonna be tripping anyway, why would you say things like that about your spouse? That lets you know who ain't been taught.
Vera, you still there?
Yeah, Martin, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
I'm in the background.
You know what the question is?
1%. So I'm gonna be real fast.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what I tell people? Look for the lesson. Look for the lesson in the relationship, because all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to God's purpose. And so you have to find, what is this relationship here to teach me, and how can I grow from it? And don't be afraid to take the lesson. And Also, don't expect every day to be popcorn, ice cream, and sex.
Yep.
Sun up and sun down. It's gonna be some
Mhm.
days that you don't want to have sex. It's gonna be some days that you don't want to,
Mhm.
eat
Yep.
the cake Annie made. It's gonna be some days that ain't everything gonna add up.
Right.
But are you willing to still get the message? Are you willing?
Mhm.
Are you willing to get the lesson, and are you willing to grow from it?
Mm-hmm.
And never take it personal. Never take it personal.
Wow.
Because a lot of times it's not about somebody doing something to you. It's about them doing what they do, and you don't have anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And more importantly, always be willing to feed yourself, because if you ain't no good to yourself, you ain't good for nobody else.
Love yourself.
Have to, yeah.
These people, you got what, 14 years of marriage, 20 some years of marriage, another, people, this is wisdom talking here, young folks. This is wisdom here. Trust me. Now we talk about relationship. We're not talking about if you just want to get down and you want to be the side
Right.
piece and all the cake. This may not apply to
Right.
you. You still into threesomes and all that other wild stuff. This may not apply to you.
It's nonsense.
It's
Can
nonsense.
I share this? Can
You-
I share this brief testimony?
yes, sir.
All right. My wife took sick in 2019, man. The doctors wrote her off 3 times. ICU so many times, man. I'm from home, work, hospital, seeing about our youngest baby. He's a senior now. And look at God. He is a living miracle. Now, anybody, and one of our pastors came and said, you know what? I commend you, Brother Freeland, because so many would have left. I mean, man, the whole year off and on, hospital, doctors. You see what I'm saying? Some days I didn't have good days, see, but I was right there. So I wonder how many would have stuck by their spouse in that situation, man. And I'm not bragging, it was nothing but God. But God helped me through that, because without him, I probably would have fallen, man. So this is our testimony to the world. A whole year, man. Didn't know I don't have to prepare for a funeral. And she is here today to tell her testimony.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's a beautiful thing. And you know, people, I heard somebody, I read in the message that they said, some people said that marriage is a contract. It definitely is a contract. To me, it's a contract between two people.
A union.
A male and a female. Let me make that out there clear. No in between. I want to get that clear.
Nope.
I'm talking about heterosexual. That's what I'm talking about. So don't get it twisted on here. I'm putting it out in open. I'm talking about male and female, woman and man. That's all what I'm going. Anything outside of that, I'm not entertaining. Period.
Nope.
I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I'm not trying to judge nobody, but I ain't apologizing either. I'm sticking with the truth. I shouldn't have to apologize when I say the truth. Speak it at all. So this is going to end up, people. I just want to talk about relationships, and man, I know a relationship is tough. It's tough. Some of y'all women, I love y'all. Y'all beautiful, but you got to change your way if you're thinking about having a husband, a family. And don't wait till you get too old. You think you're going to go out there and do everything you want to do. Now you got diabetes, bad kidney. Now you want to have a real relationship now. Don't.
Martin, there was a young man in the shop.
I hear you eating, Dr. Sanders. I got to be you. I hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to put popcorn from the apple orchard.
Okay, I hear you.
But
go ahead.
I saw a young man in the shop today when I was there. And you know what he said? Because they asked him, was he getting married? He said, one day when I found the right wife, this young man had to be in his late 20s or early 30s. And I turned my head. He said, I'm not going to have no babies out of wedlock, none of that. I want a wife and I want a family. That was a young black man that said that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Trust me.
I'm like, wow.
And you know, when I was with my family, I guarantee you I was at my best. I mean, both mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. I'm telling you, when the Bible says he that find a wife find favor with the Lord, and that is so true.
And obtain favor with the Lord.
Yeah, that is so true. Your thinking is so clear, especially when you're in love with your spouse and you building together. It's a beautiful thing. Now I'm not gonna say, like Vera said, every day ain't gonna be peaches and cream, and it's gonna be some rough times. That's when it should strengthen the relationship. A straight needle shouldn't be able to get between the two. Now, I'm telling you.
Oh, well, wait, back up. What you say?
A straight needle should not be able to get between the two.
No. I want you to say that one more time, but you got to say it with some power. What did you say, Martin?
I said, when tough times come, that's when you two should bind up, get strong, and a straight needle should not be able to get between you two, both of you guys. A straight needle.
Hey, glory.
I'm telling you. That's it. Listen, 1 + 1 is not 2 when it comes to marriage. 1 + 1 is 1 when it comes to marriage. That's spiritually speaking, people.
My God.
And that's real. I can speak like this because I've been there. I know what it's like. So people, let us do the right thing by one another. Let us keep one another lifted up, and let's do the right thing for each other. Now, for those of you that still playing, they want this woman or that man, or this woman, that man, hey, hopefully you'll come around and you won't have a fatal disease that take you up out of here, because we living in a day and time, like the brother said, sex will take you out of here. Trust me. Will take you off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Trust me. I want to thank my panel, thank my partner, Vera Giles Norris. I want to thank you, Dr. Sanders, and my brother from Oklahoma, who's always been a faithful listener. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming on here, giving us your opinion.
Thank you.
And people, I'm not just a crime chaser. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather. I'm a family man. Hey, and I'm God's man. I tell you, you just can't box me up in one area. So appreciate y'all for coming on. And y'all know I love black people first, and all the rest are right behind. So that's
love
me.
You all.
Appreciate y'all.
Y'all be safe.
Y'all already know what it is.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut,